Good motherfucking morning, motherfucking. Oh shit, you rebound this whole time? That is a luck. Luck. How are you all doing today? Good, chilling, Gucci? Tamaguchi? Pretty good, pretty good. You are talking too much shit. You are talking too much shit. Sad gay? Sad gay. No ladies. Oh shit, did I forget the ladies? Most important part of the stream. Good fucking morning, ladies. How are y'all doing today? PlayStation State of Play on June 2nd. Okay. Sounds good, sounds good. Let's see here. Alright, that's good. Will you play Woman Simulator on its release? I'm playing Woman Simulator every day, man, with your stupid ass questions and your fucking complaining. That's a joke. That's a joke. I'm somewhat of a comedian. Don't ban me, Twitch, please. Woman, you welcome back. Thank Juicer, thank you very much. I got Patrick, thank you, Sister. Very nice, very nice. Ali, On Space, and Billy Eyelash, thank you. Welcome back. We got 3 years on Mr. iFud though. iFud. He's fudding. Fudding all over. Thank you. To the badge. Chat, what's happening? What's fresh, new, cool, exciting? We got Middle Earth game made by Kingdom Come devs announced. Really? Middle Earth game. Well, that I would very much look forward to, I think. 140 are dead in the Ebola outbreak in Congo and Uganda. Boys final episode came out today. Good to know, good to know. They also announced Kingdom Come 3. Sony has announced that it will no longer release any single-player games on PC. No single-player games? Why not single-player games? Well, what do you mean by that? Like,
Hello, Force.
No ported
Every
ones?
time I donate narcissist link you leave to rinse your plate. Few times you didn't even have a plate. What is this about, Force? Please clarify.
I always have a plate, man. And sometimes I have a container. But
link for real boomers only.
Sony is only allowing multiplayer-based games on PC, no single-player experience. I don't understand why. Isn't the whole Concord shit, you know, all of that shit, they're multiplayer games. They're multiplayer games, so I understand that they would be cutting that, because those are very expensive and you need a big player base from day one, right, to be successful. You can't like get into a multiplayer game after 1 year, because if it's dead if the one joins from the start, whereas a single player game you can buy it after 3 years of it being out, you know, and it's the same game as on release day. So I don't understand why they would make that decision. Their ports did not sell well, that's why they're stopping. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering if it was the ported games like God of War porting to PC and stuff. And I think it's not worth for them to do that, and that's why they're stopping. Because anyone who wanted to play that shit bad would play it on their PS5. PS5. It's kind of bad also for them, because people won't be buying PS5s if all the exclusive end up on PC anyway, right? That's the real reason, yeah. That's the real fucking reason. I'm not buying a PS5 either way. Probably a good idea. I can count on my one hand. Actually, it's not true. We have played more than 5 games, but most of those games have been because I had a PS5, not because I would go out and get one for them. But we had Demon Souls. We had God of War. Returnal, I did play that, but that one is... I'm sorry, but as a roguelike connoisseur, I cannot give it my blessing. What else did I play that I enjoyed on the PS5? I enjoyed Dreams, but that was one of those games that I wouldn't have gotten a PS5 for. It's just one of those games that you got because you had a PS5. Spider-Man was shit. You say. I don't remember if I played the Spider-Man on the PS5 or on the PS4. Horizon I didn't play. No, that looks shit to me. Astro Boy I didn't play. It's just fucking Easter egg farming. Final Fantasy 16. I did not play Final Fantasy 16. I think PS5 was unfortunate. Unfortunate turn of events. Not enough good exclusives on that one. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, consoles in general. What you gonna do, right? It's made for normies in the first place. Oh, I did play. No, I did not. Never mind. Concord was great. Okay, I never tried it, but I'll take your word for it. First Star Wars movie in 7 years. The Mandalorian and Grogu debuts on 50 to 55 on Metacritic. The lowest rated Star Wars project of all time. Huh? Metacritic? Is that for movies too? I don't understand. I don't... It is? I thought it was just games. Will you play mixtape? We got a 10 out of 10 from IGN, maybe GOAT. You know what? I low-key wanted to play that game, but I just thought it was gonna be Life is Cringe. Life is Cringe. Maybe we play it. It did get great reviews, I don't know. It's only like 3 hours long. Okay, I mean, that's not a big commitment. Fuck it, we can play that shit. It's so bad, it's good. Well, that was the case with Life is Strange 1 too, but
so
Life is Strange
funny and hilarious.
2 was just fucking, you know. Mr. Force, I have a new fruit recommendation for you. Bale, or in English it's called wood apple. It is highly fibrous and nutritious for summers. Wood apple. Never heard of, but I have plenty of fiber and nutrition. Alright. Also, you also didn't play Life is Strange Before the Storm. I did play Life is Strange, and there was a storm. Oh, Before the Storm would be the prequel to it. Okay, no, I don't think I played that, no. No. I get it now. I get it. I get it. I get it. Caesar S, thank you man. Crazy dude, welcome back. Alright, we got links. And I got food. Is it true that Bob on Discord is just Nina undercover for something? No, that's not true. There's the guy who wanted to help with community stuff. I'm like, sure. Do it. First link of the day.
Minasan, 読み聞かせの時間ですよ。今日の主人公は遊ぶのが大好きな子。ある日、彼女はこっそり外へ出て。あれれ？草よ。また小さい姿に。ですがこうなるとあれができちゃいますね。限定のアイスください。大きいの。おいしいです。大花園の子たち帰るよ。まったく春姉さんはどこに。せっかくのチャンスなのに。
This avocado is really tasteless.
まだ帰りたくありません。やりました。さて次はどこで。へへ、悪い子を捕まえたのだ。おとなしく実験台に。遅くなっても帰らない悪い子はどこですか？おしまい。みんなは怖い目に遭わないようにちゃんと日が暮れたら帰るんですよ。ですよね、先生。まあ私は先生と一緒なら何も怖くないですけどね。
Now you know.
You'd never catch that rabbit being this heroic. What's up, Doc? You're despicable.
Forsen, neutralism, what do you want? I said trans Forsen, neutralism, what do you want? I said trans Forsen, neutralism, what do you want? I said trans
with the blue monkey.
Forsen,
I support
neutralism, what do you
41%
want?
of trans people.
Which will transform every other monkey into monkey. Now, take them away.
Don't you think that'll get kind of lonely, Mr. All my friends swing from trees and pick fleas out of their furry butts?
Lovely. I suppose I could use a little human companionship.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Oh, I've seen you notice me. I know I'm hot. But I prefer someone with a little more oomph. I prefer Mary. Hello, Mary. We're a cute couple, don't you think? Now, take those future simians away and lower the monkey shield.
Earthlings have the worst sense
sense of direction.
Well, what do you know? He fell for it. I guess I owe you $5.
2003 AI. This chicken is so dry I can't even swallow it. It's leftover fucking chicken breast. It literally gets stuck in my throat. It's very impressive.
Jeg filmer nå. Nei. Jo. Lasse. Ja. Maleus maleficaro.
Jesus, man. Yeah, okay.
はじめまして聞いてください。
Forsen is literally a pedophile. That is why he watches weak links always and never scripts them. But he won't script any other link. Forsen is a weep, a yon clap. See,
Excellent timing, sir.
Dad was a thinker, and he was quite as a person. A lot of black humor in him, and he was also he was a great artist. Actually, combined his black humor with drawings and came up with a lot of good drawings, and also wrote very good lyrics. I think very deep lyrics, because it was lyrics that it was personal for him. And well, you know, tracks like Life Eternal and Freezing Moon, you know, when he dies and fall up to the freezing moon, and he was suicidal already from childhood when he had a near-death experience after an ice skating accident. He had tripped and fell on the ice while ice skating, and his milt had sprung open. He was rushed to the hospital, and he was dead at arrival, but they kind of got him back to life. And then he remembered the tunnel and was very fascinated about this. And he was only 10 years old at that time. So after that, it was, you know, his path was kind of, that was his path made.
And I'm not sure I knew Pelle, the other Pelle. Dead Pelle we knew very well, and I guess the whole world, which are interested in Mayhem or in black metal in general, they know the image of Dead in Mayhem and his lyrics and what he stood for. But the private Pelle was a strange guy. The first time I met him, I got angry, because I'm a kind of light-minded. I'm enjoying life. He did not, really did not. He was kind of depressed. I do think that the real Pelle was a great part of Dead, the figure Dead. I do think that, but not in the extreme way. But that was something he just dressed up and became. But he was also that on a regular daily basis. He slept with dead birds under his bed because he wanted to smell death. And it was an image. He was depressed. He was looking for death.
He was different in all ways. I was fascinated by his stories about, he had some visions about an afterlife, and I think most of his lyrics are also based on those visions. Like, for instance, cats. He was not fond of cats at all, and he hated cats. So if a cat came to the Mayhem house at that time, he had a spear outside, and he wanted to
Forsen is literally a weak, feel strong man. 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 Forsen is
never
see.
He liked the skinny look.
Star Wars has a long list of otherworldly and alien planets, and the list of real-world locations where they shot these scenes are equally impressive. Most impressive. I did a Star Wars thing. Location shooting adds a level of depth and believability that you just can't quite get on a soundstage. A forewarning, I will butcher a lot of these names. Let's look at some original trilogy filming locations. A New Hope. A lot of the Tatooine shots were filmed in Tunisia. Here's the Mos Eisley Cantina. It was shot at Ajim on the island of Jerba off the coast of Tunisia. You'll recognize this building from the deleted scene with Luke and Biggs at the Tashi station. And here is Obi-Wan Kenobi's home, also located on the island of Jerba. Here's the exterior of the Lars homestead. It's located at Chat El Jared on the west side of central Tunisia near Algeria. Since the interior shots were filmed at a different location, the production crew actually had to dig big craters to make it look like the property went below ground. The interior of the Lars homestead can be seen here. It's actually a hotel that's been opened since 1969. It's called the Sidi El Driss Hotel in Matmata, Tunisia. You can actually spend the night in Luke Skywalker's house for about $10. And here's the spot where Luke was attacked by Tusken Raiders. It's a narrow gorge surrounded by 200 feet of cliff walls. This location was also used in a Raiders of the Lost Ark scene. While a ton of Tatooine was filmed in Tunisia, Death Valley in California also played a huge role. You'll recognize this image from when R2 is rolling through the canyon and eventually gets interrupted by some Jawas. A ton of Tatooine scenes were filmed in Death Valley, not only in A New Hope, but also in Return of the Jedi. Yavin 4 was filmed at Tikal National Park in Guatemala. The national park is the site of an ancient Mayan citadel which flourished between 200 and 850 AD. The highest temple is known as Temple 4, and if you get to the top of Temple 4, you get this view, the classic view from Yavin 4. The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back actually only had one filming location that you can visit. Everything else was done in a studio. For the backdrop of Hoth, the production team used the enormous, and I am not even going to attempt to pronounce this. I'm sorry, guys. I'll let this guy pronounce it.
Hardangerjøkulen.
Glacier in Fence, Norway. To get to the location, it is a 4.5-hour train ride from the capital Oslo. While they were filming the scenes for the movie, the crew was hit with the area's worst winter storm in 50 years. Fence is located in a national park and requires both a guide and a permit to visit due to the dangerous terrain. There are numerous specific locations that you can check out, and I'll toss a link in the video description below with an official travel guide from the Star Wars website.
That's a bad chest from me.
Like giant stone monoliths, pods of sperm whales sleep vertically in the water column. A totally otherworldly presence, their massive bodies floating in suspended grace. Our oceans are filled with nearly 100 species of cetacean, warm-blooded, air-breathing mammals like bottlenose dolphins and orcas and humpback whales. But sperm whales are among the strangest of this group. Sperm whales are the largest toothed predators in the world. They live in tight social groups and are one of the most widely distributed marine mammals on the planet. They live anywhere there is deep water, from the poles to the equator. They venture deeper than almost any other mammal, plunging into the dark abyss in search of their elusive and giant squid prey. They dive so deep their lungs collapse, and yet they can stay underwater for nearly 2 hours. As they hunt, travel, and raise their young, sperm whales can be heard communicating with other members of their group. And they can hear each other hundreds or even thousands of miles away, because sperm whales are louder than any other animal. Their clicks are so loud that they can easily blow out a human eardrum. Some say they could even vibrate a human body to death. Freedivers who interact with these whales are completely at their mercy, hoping and praying they don't get annihilated by sound. And their clicks aren't just loud, they're incredibly complex, leading some scientists to believe sperm whales could have a language more sophisticated than our own.
Not as loud as my
Sperm
plate.
whales have haunted our imaginations for generations, spurring nightmares in sailors of centuries past. with their impressions immortalized in literature by Herman Melville's Moby Dick. A creature feared, revered, and long misunderstood, sperm whales have luckily survived centuries of intensive and brutal hunting. And now they're slowly beginning to reveal the secrets of their mysterious world. "1,200 meters below the surface, absolutely no sunlight penetrates. This zone of the ocean is completely bathed in darkness. Here, pressure is 120 times that of the surface, a pressure so high it would kill most creatures. But this is also where a primordial battle takes place, a battle between sperm whales and their giant squid prey. No person or camera has ever witnessed such a hunt, but sperm whales are commonly found with circular scars from a giant squid's serrated suckers on the end of its tentacles. The
Giant squid, Mocha S. Already seen it.
What about the worst games? What about the turkeys? We now present the Bad Influence Guide to the worst games for all systems.
Although they may not have been out for long, the super consoles have already got their fair share of stinkers. Digital pinball on the Saturn smells worse than a sweaty salmon. So, the bin beckons. And Street Fighter the movie on the PlayStation is pretty putrid too. These black CDs may look great, but this one's better off in pieces.
Want a good racing game for the Jaguar? Then don't even think about checkered flag. You'd be a laughing stock if you bought this rancid racer. Demolition Man was the 3DO booby prize, a dreadfully dull shoot-'em-up. Into the acid rain, back with you.
And if you haven't got a super console, never fear, there are some turkeys lurking around on the old systems too. What about the positively putrid rise of the robots on the SNES? Then there's the worst Mega Drive game for ages, the bandwagon jumping, dreadful beat-em-up Shaq Fu. Only one thing to do with games like that.
That's it for this show and this series. We end with the Shaman playing their new single, Heal the Separation. Goodbye.
See ya.
Look out for the outtakes. Bye-bye.
Back when TV was good, yeah.
Woo. Guys,
Here's
I
a
am
fucking
sorry, we are
sitcom
full
link,
up.
so
No more
fucking
links.
funny and hilarious.
We really want to see this. Is there
No more
anything
links,
you
no more
can
links.
do? Sorry, fire regulations. Should have gotten here earlier.
This is nothing but a blatant abuse of power by a petty functionary. Explain to me why Will Wheaton and his lackeys get in and we don't.
Because I'm the petty functionary with a clipboard, bitch.
I guess that's that.
Let's go home.
You know what? I'm going back to I told you so. I told you so.
We can still see something. Oh, the new Sandra Bullock movie is playing 2 blocks away. You know Sandy B always brings it.
Look, a side door. Come on, short round.
I guess we better go after him.
Short round.
Indy's young sidekick from Temple of Doom.
Yeah, I know who it is, but why is it me?
You're right, it should be a cuddly Asian boy. Like me.
Sheldon? Sheldon? Where'd he go?
We're looking for Sheldon, not Marmaduke.
You whistled?
What is that?
Raiders of the Lost Ark with 21 additional seconds. If I can't see it, no one else can see it.
Sheldon, this is crazy.
No, crazy was leaving the projection booth unattended.
Listen to me. You are overtired. You're not thinking right. Put the movie back before we get into trouble.
Trouble is my middle name, Leonard. Actually, it's Lee, but I prefer Trouble.
Oh, look who they let in.
But don't worry, Will Wheaton. I was just leaving.
Come on, short round.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, hurry up, hurry up!
See you run with a bag of urine strapped to your leg.
He's got the movie! Get him!
Why is there never a pontoon plane when you need one?
Bazinga!
Some people are more or less universally liked.
I gotta rinse my plate, was it?
Their company sought. They're the life of the party. And they attract succor, advice, attention, help, naturally, effortlessly. Other people are polarizing figures. They are equally hated and loved by different camps. They're controversial. But on the other hand, they do foster dedication, devotion, attachment, and admiration and adulation in some people. So these kind of people would be virulently hated by one group and irreservedly loved by another group. You know who I'm talking about. And the third group are people who are universally disliked, like me. These are people who are hated at first sight. People whose very presence within seconds triggers and provokes revulsion, abhorrence, shunning, and avoidance. These are people who are perceived to be obnoxious, contemptuous, people who are somehow understood as asocial or even antisocial. Be the case as it may, these people almost never ever engender love and liking in other people. We could say that these people, this third group of people, are in principle unlovable and unlikable. And I have personal experience with this. I trigger intense dislike bordering on hatred within seconds.
I don't know what I'm gonna need to design this.
I've been loathed and hated by my own mother, by peers, by teachers,
by
Once
viewers.
I remember when I was 9 years old, I was walking across my old kindergarten, and my kindergarten teacher hailed me over, said, "Come over." I went to see her at the fence. She was standing at the fence, and she said, "I heard that you were admitted to a university at age 9. You know, I've just been diagnosed with 180 IQ, and they transferred me from primary school to the Technion, one of the prime universities in Israel." She said, "I heard that you just made it into a university." I said, "Yeah." And I thought she would congratulate me. She used to be my kindergarten teacher. Her name was Deborah. I thought she would congratulate me. And she looked me in the eye and she said, "You're going to have a horrible life. You're going to suffer all your life. And I hope you end badly." It didn't have much impact on me because I was used to people telling me such things. My mother, my own mother and father included. So I just walked away, impervious, implacable, and unattentive to what she said. Because being disliked was who I am. And
Things that never happened for 500.
I just got banned from Israel upon arrival and deported back to America for anti-Semitic or anti-Israel content. I flew out of New Jersey on an El Al flight to Tel Aviv on a plane with basically all Jews and had plenty of pleasant conversations and positive interactions on my way there. Believe it or not, a lot of Jews were excited for me to visit their country.
Where are we headed, boys? We're headed to Tel Aviv, baby.
Are they gonna let me in? But of course, I was being tracked the entire time and photos of me circulated in Jewish WhatsApp groups as I was asleep in the middle seat of the back of the plane. 12 hours in the middle seat later, I land in Israel and my passport scan says to go find an agent. I'm then brought to the back office where my interrogation begins. I tell him I'm here to enjoy the beaches of Tel Aviv, see some holy sites, and maybe do some street interviews asking some of the world's oldest questions, right? He then asks if I'm here to provoke Jews, if I'm hiding anything, if I'm anti-Semitic. I tell him no, obviously. The agent then goes like, you can just be honest, this is Israel. As if I said, yeah, I'm anti-Semitic, that would somehow go over well upon arriving to Israel. But I tell him no, I'm not. I don't hate anyone, and I don't. He proceeds to watch my videos about the Hasidic Jewish communities in upstate New York and New Jersey, where I examine how they use welfare to afford 7 to 10 kids. I try to explain the nature of the videos, and he eventually tells me to go sit down while they deliberate my fate. About 30 minutes later, he tells me to come back in the room and states that he's spoken to his higher-ups and that I've been denied entry into Israel due to anti-Semitic or anti-Israel content. I'm then handed a paper that I have to sign, which falsely claims that I've attempted to illegally immigrate to Israel, which is obviously bullshit, and I assume was done to prevent me from re-entering Israel for as long as legally possible, despite him telling me the real reason was due to anti-Semitic content. In fact, I checked Twitter and see that Israel's Minister of Diaspora and Combating Anti-Semitism is retweeting an Israeli news article that claims Tyler Oliveira, the Jew-hating YouTuber, is expelled from Israeli border on the orders of the Israeli minister. The fuck? He then quotes, I'm proud to have denied entry to Israel today to an unfortunate YouTuber who is using the harassment of Jews as a way to get clout on social media. Furthermore, let this be a lesson to all Jew haters and supporters of BDS.
What is BDS?
Now, for a second, imagine if me criticizing welfare use in black communities in America somehow got me banned from countries in Africa. Or the welfare users in Appalachia somehow got me banned from Europe. This exception only seems to exist when it's regarding Jews. So I tell the agent, man, it's a shame I can't visit the biggest democracy in the Middle East. And he goes, well, maybe you can visit Afghanistan. They confiscate my passport, take me to a brief holding room with a bunch of Filipinos, and then tell me I have a flight out at midnight, which is like 8 hours later. Now, it's clear to me at this point that the unspoken strategy is they want the accusations of anti-Semitism they hurl at people like me to eventually become true, to then justify their very accusations. But the problem is, there is no hatred in my heart, only a resolve to see things as they are. So try to answer this. Why am I, as an American, not allowed to question my fellow Americans who happen to be Jewish and how our collective tax dollars are being spent in America? And why, if my videos happen to involve Jewish people, am I now labeled a Jew-hating anti-Semite, while our greatest ally, Israel, that is the single largest recipient of American foreign aid in our history, then deports me, while their government officials publicly paint a target on my back while I'm still in their country. Adjusting for inflation, U.S. aid to Israel from 1951 to 2022 totaled $317 billion.
It's a lot of dollars.
We got to get this guy before we fly back. So, it is what it is. They're in this turning up right now. You already know. On a Sunday, the Lord's Day. Maybe we should, scope out real quick in there, just so we know, where he's at. But yeah, it's not 25 people, but there's a good amount of people. Like 10, I would say.
They have the party of that. They're going to be here all day.
Yeah, they're going to be, yeah.
So,
yeah.
There might be people coming and going.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Oh, excuse us. Just here for a party. Oh, these balloons are heavy. Thank you so much. Oh, yep, the big 9-0. Here we go. Hey, how we doing? Heard there was a big 90th birthday party going on here.
Yes.
Okay, the big 9-0. Right on here. So we have these balloons here for you. Looks like courtesy of who we have on the reservation was a Stanford. Actually ordered some balloons. I don't know where you guys want these.
Stanford.
Yeah. Is there a Stanford here?
I'm Stanford.
Oh, you're Stanford. Oh, well, yeah. We have the delivery here for the balloons. We have the birthday gift here. We'll just sit those there. Those will work. Great. And yeah.
We're just recording the fun time.
Yeah, we just record everywhere we go when we do our drop-offs and whatnot. And there's a little birthday bag whenever you want to get to it. So it looks like you guys are having a good time anyway. So yeah. How does it feel being the big 9-0?
Oh, great.
Feels great. But hey, you know, between everyone here, you're celebrating your 21st, right?
This is so cringe.
I know it is. And Stanford, right? Well, just want to shake your hand, sir. Thank you for ordering from us. We do appreciate that. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I have. I have Stanford Kipping the Third. It looks like the whole name is spelled out here. So that'd be him. Okay, great. So we got that there. So I see you guys already have the big 9-0 there, but we just figured we'd drop off some more balloons for you. So, hey, you know, we try. Yeah, thanks. And happy birthday. So, and there's just one thing here, Stanford. If I could just something you might need to sign here. Could I show you this over here? Yeah, just right over here. Okay, so I also did have to just have a word with you about just some mess, just. Yeah. So this would be something you sent to him. Okay. Yeah. And looks like that's.
I'm talking to him.
You're talking to him. You told he was. Right.
Yeah, I was just talking to him about. He wanted me to meet, but he wanted me to meet him, but I keep saying I can't. I'm just wanted to talk to him, make sure he was okay.
Okay.
He said he was gay and
did say that.
Having problems in school and stuff. And I was just trying to help.
You're trying to help him.
I understand because I was that way at school too.
Okay, you're saying like you were gay in school?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I understand, how hard it is to deal with bullies and kids and stuff.
It can't.
But I never had any intention of meeting him. I just keep telling him I can't meet him. I got stuff to do.
It's fair enough. No, it can't be. No, Stanford, we're actually a couple friends of the family.
Okay, I can stop texting him.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is my good friend Chet. This is he's his uncle. Okay.
I'll stop texting.
We got the messages from his dad.
Okay, I can stop texting him. That's fine.
Okay, but I had to just go over this with you.
It looks like he's a character from Dune.
Can we step outside for a second? Okay, just.
Here's another fucking sitcom link. So fucking funny and hilarious.
No more links.
Some stuff to go over with the order here. And I just, didn't want to air all that out.
No more links, please.
It's important also to anticipate in advance what that narcissistic person is likely to come back at you with. And the first thing they're going to come back at you with is, like you said, David, their defensiveness, which inevitably is going to start with invalidating you.
Yes.
And so the question is, well, should I be invalidated? And if the answer is yes, I guess just lay down and let him walk on you then. But then if the answer is no, I made good sense, then it's not your job to convince that other person that you made good sense. Have you ever heard the old ditty? A man convinced against his will
is of the same opinion still. I know that one.
I'm going to convince you.
It's a great ditty.
I'm going to go ahead and live according to what I know is appropriate, and hopefully you'll figure it out. And then we can go on with this thing we call the relationship. And if you don't, then I don't feel like I'm required to give away all of my decency and dignity in order to appease a condescending, controlling person.
And I think that's really where their spiritual component comes in, because the church has really hammered into women's heads. God cares more about the sanctity of marriage than anything else. And I think that God does value the sanctity of marriage, but he also cares about the well-being and the safety of the people in that marriage. And so if we can help her theologically to understand that God is on her side as the oppressed, and he's against the oppressor, that is not a godly marriage. It's not a healthy marriage. It's not a good marriage. And as she fights for what's good and true and right, she doesn't know the outcome, because her husband may repent. Maybe he would. I hope he would. And probably won't if he's a narcissist, certified narcissist. He probably won't, because he will just find a different cell phone. He will just move on to someone who will do what he wants for a while. And so I think this is really important for her to get her head on straight, that she's not ruining her marriage. She's not breaking up her home. She's walking in the light of truth and love. And if her home falls apart because her husband refuses to repent, that's not on her. That's on him.
Yeah, I try to remind people there are a lot of folks that thought Jesus was an idiot.
No, just his followers.
The award for Best Group Costume goes to Justice League of America. Number 3. Thank you so much. Okay, 10 seconds to midnight. 10, 9.
No, wait. I have a speech.
6.
Stop counting.
4.
This is my moment, dagnabbit.
Always having to stop.
Should have picked a better character than Green Lantern.
Analysis or using the Schrodinger
Might as well have been Aquaman.
I was thinking we could write a little app that would use handwriting recognition and then run it through a symbolic evaluation engine. You just use your smartphone, take a picture of the equation, and bam!
You know what's a great app? The one that makes fart noises.
You know, Leonard, that's actually a valid idea. Very good.
Can you say that and not make it sound like I'm a cat who learned how to use the toilet?
No. Like, the two achievements are equally surprising and equally admirable. Though if pressed, I'd have to give a slight edge to the cat. I'll save you the pain and nervousness of waiting for the answer. I agree to be part of your project. Congratulations.
Oh, yay for me. What about you guys? I can't promise anything, but people do make money off stuff like this.
A few extra bucks would be nice. I could finally move out of my mother's house.
Where would you go?
I always dreamed about building a little place of my own over the garage.
You know, if I made more money, I could take time off from work and give pretty girls submarine rides.
What's that? Some weird sex thing?
No. You take pretty girls underwater in your private submarine and you show them fish. Why does everything have to be dirty with you?
I was thinking we could work on this at night, and then maybe in a couple of weeks we'll have ourselves an app to sell.
Sounds like we're in business.
I think we should take a picture to capture this moment.
I've taken the liberty of drafting these workflow charts which outline our various duties and the path we will follow as we develop our groundbreaking new app.
Hey, why am I in charge of phone support? Seems a bit racist.
A customer service representative with an Indian accent will create the impression we're a vast enterprise that uses overseas call centers.
Oh, very clever, but still racist.
Duly noted, Steve from Wichita.
That's funny. Zirialing Tani Gox, welcome back. I'm Gloomy, UK. We got limit break with 8 years. 96 years later, home, everything is good. Everything is good. Thank you, man. Check the badge.
These pretzels are making me thirsty. That was no good.
I didn't say anything.
All right, I'm gonna go break up with Owen.
Hey, I see you silent linking. No more silent. Stop it.
Interpretation. Do you know anything about this
No
pretzel
more
guy?
links.
Maybe he's been in the bar a really long time and he's really depressed because he has no job and no woman and he's parking cars for a living. All right, shut up! Shut up! I hear you! I'm coming down! These pretzels are making me thirsty! Yeah!
We have 3 o'clock appointments.
George Andy Lane, right?
Right.
Could you fill these out for me, please?
And Elaine, you'll be seeing Juliana. Okay. And George, you'll be with Raymond.
Excuse me, did you say Raymond?
Yes.
But Raymond is a man.
That's right.
I can't get a massage from a man.
Why not?
What are you, crazy? I can't have a man touching me. Switch with me.
I don't want the man either.
What's the difference? You're a woman. They're supposed to be touching you.
He'd just be touching your back.
He'd just be touching your back, too.
No, it could get sexual.
I know. That's the point. If it's gonna get sexual, it should get sexual with you.
I wouldn't be comfortable.
I would? What if something happens?
What could happen?
What if it felt good?
It's supposed to feel good.
I don't want it to feel good.
Then why get the massage?
Exactly.
George?
Yes?
I'm Raymond.
Hello?
Are you ready? And then Juliana asked me if I wanted to join her here in the office.
Really?
Used to be a flight attendant.
Oh, boy.
You know, why don't you open those pants? It's going to be a lot easier that way. So what do you do?
What?
I said, what do you do?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, welcome to another podcast of Mad in Love. And I'm Dr. David Hawkins from the Marriage Recovery Center. And today we're going to do something a fair bit different. And I don't know how it's going to go. I think it's going to go incredibly well, but it could take some turns that I'm not sure about. So bear with us. The exciting thing today is we have an expert panel. And I'm going to have them introduce themselves very briefly, though. I'm so pleased to have with us Dr. Les Carter, and he's got an incredible reputation. And Leslie Bernick, her name speaks volumes out there, and Charmin Kimbrough to create this expert panel. So, and we're going to talk about, I don't know how it's going to go. We're going to talk about, I married a narcissist. Now what? What do we do? And so with no further ado, let me, Dr. Carter, if you would introduce yourself, Leslie Bernick, Charmin, each of you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll dive into the topic.
Well, David, you know that I had recently retired from my counseling practice. I was in the Dallas, Texas area for 41 years with Minnerth-Meyer for the first 25, and many people are familiar with the Minnerth-Meyer Clinic and their organization. We did a lot of radio and writing, and then I had my own practice in Southlake, which is a suburb of Dallas. And my wife and I moved down here to Waco, Texas. Now that's where I am, and I'm
Fucking
focusing
sitcom link.
on all of my media.
Bro,
Work,
stop,
specifically
man.
my Surviving Narcissism podcast. I mean, well, I have a podcast, but also my YouTube channel with that, and keeps me busy. I absolutely love helping people figure out what this is all about, so that we can go through the process.
What is it about?
So that keeps me busy, and along with my little granddaughter here and other relatives. So that's where I am.
Thank you. Thank you again for joining us. Leslie.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I was in a clinical practice for 40 years in Eastern Pennsylvania, and also worked for the Christian Educational Foundation in Philadelphia for 10 years. And then I sort of retired my clinical practice and moved out to Phoenix. But while I was a clinician, I wrote 7 books, including the best-selling books, The Emotionally Destructive Marriage and The Emotionally Destructive Relationship. So now that I'm in Phoenix, I have a online presence. I work with a lot of Christian women who are in destructive and abusive marriages, helping them to get sane, get safe, and get strong.
That's very admirable, but the show must go on.
Leslie,
Wow.
the way I put it is that the boundaries begins with you having a very strong understanding of what healthy living is. And you want to have a commitment to what that means. And one of the exercises that I would encourage my patients to use is first, let's sit down and get a definition of who you are. And I want you to list, and not 3 or 4, but 18 or 20 of the predominant ingredients that you would like to have in your personality. Usually, the first half a dozen. Well, I want to be kind. I want to be good, understanding, and all. Let's keep going, and I want to let's go with all sorts of ideas about who you want to be. And then, second, part of that exercise is, in what circumstances do you find yourself least inclined to be that way? And let's identify that. And then, what does that mean? And that's where we go back to assertiveness and boundaries. It means that I'm going to stand for what I know is wisest and best. And I'm not in charge of making that other person interpret me correctly. It'd be nice if they did, or interpret me with good intentions. But if they don't, I still need to stay true to what I know is wisest and best and most godly. And then, David, to your point, if it gets to the point where that narcissistic husband says, this isn't working for me, that's when you get to a place of saying, well, then we've got some serious determinations about who we are. I call it the DTR, define the relationship discussion.
Yep.
And we need to have a DTR here. Where are we going? And what does this mean? And what's your role? What's my role? Let's go back to the basics. And so there's so much involved there. And hopefully in maturity, you can lay aside all this egotism and think in terms of us and think with empathy leading the way. And therein lies the problem when you're dealing with narcissistic individuals. But that's the game plan.
I want to go a little deeper on this topic, and your all experience may be different than mine on the topic of boundaries. With all due respect,
Whatever you do, don't turn off your phone for the 3rd time.
Do you guys know what you're doing for New Year's?
Oh.
No! Gee, what is wrong with New Year's?
Well, nothing for you. You have Paolo. You don't have to face the horrible pressures of this holiday. Desperate scramble to find anything with lips just so you can have somebody to kiss when the ball drops. Man, I'm talking loud.
Well, for your information, Paolo is going to be in Rome this New Year's, so I'll be just as pathetic as the rest of you.
Yeah, you wish.
I've got an idea. Dinner.
It's perfect. We'll put it between lunch and breakfast.
Okay, all right. I have a question then.
Yeah.
Were you planning on kissing me ever?
That's definitely a valid question. And the answer would be yes. Yes, I was. But, see, I wanted it to be this phenomenal kiss that happened at this phenomenal moment because it's you.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. But, see, the longer I waited, the more phenomenal the kiss had to be. And now we've reached a place where it's just got to be one of those things where I just, like, sweep everything off the table and throw you down on it. And I'm not really a sweeping sort of fella.
How is she? It's too soon to tell. She's resting, which is a good sign.
How's the hair?
I'm not going to lie to you, Ross. It doesn't look good.
And there's nothing you can do?
At this point, it's a waiting game. I put a clip on one side, which seems to have stopped the curling.
Well, can we see you?
Your hair looks too good. I think it would upset her. Ross, why don't you come on in?
Yeah.
Yo, paisan. Can I talk to you for a sec? Your tailor is a very bad man.
Frankie, what are you talking about?
Hey, what's going on?
Joey's tailor
Took advantage of me?
What? No way. I've been going to the guy for 12 years.
Hey, oh, come on. He said he was going to do my inseam, then he ran his hand up my leg, and then there was definite...
What?
Cupping.
That's how they do pants. First they go up one side, they move it over, then they go up the other side, they move it back, and then they do the rear. What? Ross, will you tell him? Isn't that how a tailor measures pants?
Yes, yes, it is. In prison? What's the matter with you?
That is hilarious, but no further links, thank you very much. The show must go on because we are indeed about to become justice and vengeance. We're about to become a symbol. Lego Batman not begins but continues. Legacy of the Dark Knight